Welcome to the May 4th edition of the Croodz with a Z.
On Monday, May 4th, the weather is cloudy with a high of 71 and a low of 39.
On Tuesday, May 5th, it's a lot of the same with a high of 56 and a low of 36.
On Wednesday, May 6th, it's partly sunny with a high of 58 and a low of 36.
On Thursday, May 7th, it could be cloudy with a chance of rain with a high of 66 and a low of 41.
On Friday, May 8th, the weather clears up with a high of 79 and a low of 46.
On Saturday, May 9th, for graduation, it starts to warm back up with a high of 72 and a low of 49.
And on Sunday, May 10th, Mother's Day, it's going to be partly cloudy with a high of 69 and a low of 48.
Now let's send it to Frank with the lunch menu.
Thank you, Jakai and Hendricks, for this week's weather. Now we'll move on to the lunch menu. Monday, May 4th, for breakfast, it will be French toast, and for lunch, tater tot casserole or deli turkey. Tuesday, May 5th, will be sausage on a stick for breakfast and pizza for lunch. Wednesday, we will be having an egg omelet for breakfast and roast pork or cream chicken with mashed potatoes. Thursday, for breakfast, we will have Long John, and for lunch, pizza bake or cod nuggets. Friday, for breakfast, we have cinnamon puffs, and for lunch, we have breakfast for lunch. Now I'll pass it to Kaylee and Samuel for activities and current events.
Thank you, Frank. Now on to this week's current events and activities.
On Monday, May 4th, the middle school track meet at 2 p.m. in Wagner is canceled. However, there is a middle school track meet at Bonhomme starting at 3 p.m.
Also on Monday, varsity and JV softball will play an away game against Hanson at 4:30 p.m.
On Tuesday, May 5th, varsity and JV golf will compete on the Springfield Golf Course starting at 10 a.m.
At 2 p.m. Tuesday, the varsity track team travels to Andy Central for the conference meet.
We also have a home softball meet, and it is varsity and JV. We take on Tri-Valley at Wagner's softball field starting at 4.
Thursday, May 7th, the 4th grade field trip to Asheville Fossil Beds will take place from 8 o'clock to 3 o'clock p.m.
At noon on Thursday, varsity track competes at Yankton High School.
Thursday afternoon, varsity and JV softball head to Chamberlain for a 4 o'clock p.m. game.
On Thursday evening features the elementary spring concert in the Wagner School Theater starting at 6 p.m.
Friday, May 8th, varsity and JV golf will be at Platte Geddes at 10 a.m.
Friday evening at 5:30 p.m., the feather ceremony will be held in the Wagner Auxiliary Gym.
Saturday, May 9th, high school graduation begins at 1:30 p.m. in the Wagner main gym.
Sunday, May 10th, happy Mother's Day to all the moms in our community.
That's all for this week's, and now off to Jackson and Jenna for this week's birthdays.
Thank you, Kaylee and Samuel, for this week's activities and events. I'm Jackson, and I'll be bringing you our birthdays. On Monday, May 4th, happy birthday to Avery Angie and Adora Hopkins. On Tuesday, May 5th, happy birthday to Michael Pettit. On Wednesday, May 6th, happy birthday to Braxton Schmeichel, Trayson Diltz, and Ren Lee Shyrock. On Thursday, May 7th, happy birthday to Leilana Peacock and Shayla Selwyn. On Friday, May 8th, happy birthday to Ariana Peacock and Dashiell Schmeichel. On Saturday, May 9th, happy birthday to Sienna Kuhlman and Wyatt Roberts. On Sunday, May 10th, happy birthday to Kanan Givens and Riley Shyrock. Hope you guys all of you guys have great birthdays. Now I'm setting this off to Baylor for our jokes.
Thank you, Jackson and Jenna, for this week's birthdays. Now time for jokes. Did you hear about the circus fire? It was intense. How do you catch a squirrel? Climb a tree and act nuts. Why don't eggs tell jokes? They might crack up. Why don't skeletons fight each other? They don't have any guts. Why do math books look sad? Because they have too many problems. That's all for this week's jokes. Next is Dylan with trivia.
Now let's interview some of our 2026 seniors.
My name is Anjali and I'm here with Camilla. And how do you feel about graduating this year?
Relieved.
What are your plans after you graduate?
To attend Stewart's in Sioux Falls to pursue nail technician and my thing in aesthetics.
And after that, what's your next goal?
To get my business degree, yeah.
Thank you.
Okay, I'm Avery and I'm here with
Kalia.
How do you feel about graduating this year?
I'm excited. I'm ready to begin high school.
What are your plans for after you graduate?
I'm going to go to Mitchell Tech and become LPN.
After you achieve that, what's your next goal?
Hopefully be a labor and delivery nurse in Yankton.
Hi, my name's Anjali, and your names are
Brooklyn Nielsen and Mariah Heath.
Question number 1. How do you feel about graduating this year?
I feel pretty good. I'm pretty excited. Can't wait.
Question number 2. What are your plans after you graduate?
We're in Southeast Technical College for dental assisting.
I'm going to Stewart's School for Cosmetology.
Question number 3. After you achieve that, what's your next goal?
Probably go back to school for dental hygienist. Then after that, probably go to school again for dentaling.
After Stewart's, I plan on going to Southeast Tech and getting my business degree.
Okay, thank you.
I'm Avery and I'm here with
Shanna Linson.
Addison Chuka.
how do you guys feel about graduating this year?
Excited.
Yeah, I'm excited.
What are your plans for after you graduate?
My college plans are undecided, but just training horses.
I'm going to attend SDSU to major in biology.
And after you achieve that, what is your next goal?
Buy my pro card and go pro.
Go to vet school at Colorado State and become a veterinarian.
That concludes our interviews.
Thank you for tuning into this week's episode of Croodz with a Z.
Brought to you by WCS The Crew.